What going on YouTube? Y'all hit that like and subscribe button today. We're finna break down the fallout and we go react to really what happened between 1090 Jake and the Bloods. So this video that we finna watch right here, this is from Bootleg Kel podcast, where he basically explained I guess he changed his identity. You know what I'm saying? He want to go back and be a white boy. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to be a gang member. He don't want to be a blood no more. He finna speak on it. So I'm finna let the video play for a while. Then I'm gonna hop in and react. So yeah, they 10 out of J on Bootleg Kel podcast. That video about 3 weeks old.
This is probably I think it is my first time publicly speaking on it, but like you brought up, I'm a white blood. None of that shit's on my Instagram anymore. All the pictures are taken down. All the fucking, like, I turned 30 and I was just like, this shit doesn't serve me. You know, it made sense in prison. Brotherly love, overriding oppression, destruction. I'm broke, you're broke. We come together, we eat. They want to fuck us up. Well, we're going to fuck them up together. You know, out here, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Why am I risking what I got going on to portray? I'm not out here sliding on shit, doing shit, you know? So it doesn't make sense. And then not only that, but people on the internet, people are going to question if you're tough, if you're authentic, if you're real, whatever, right? And there's nothing you can kill people and they'll still think you ain't tough enough because you don't have as many bodies as him. You know, it never ends. For me, what got me was, you know, traveling and meeting people at the top of the food chain within the, you know, and seeing like, damn, you ain't Scarface, you ain't fucking loaded. Like a lot of the people that started Blood back in the 90s on the East Coast of New York are all broke and fucked up. A lot of the big homies are broke and fucked up. So if you're 40, 50 years old and your life sucks,
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. You talking grease about the Blood, man. You talking grease, man. But it would happen though when you let anybody inside your circle. You know what I'm saying? Then, like I said, he used them. You know what I'm saying, for the image and protection. He done got rich. You don't need them no more. He don't need none of us no more. He can switch up a whole style. And as you see, that's what he basically doing. He telling y'all I'm going back to be Jimmy. That's basically what he's telling y'all in so many words. But we're gonna let the video continue to rock out.
Why do I, as a 30-year-old who's making more money than almost the majority of the entire fucking gang, the fuck am I doing over here? It doesn't make any sense. And then you know, there's some kids out of.
Hey, be real, y'all. We know he was getting extorted. We go on and keep it 100. Go keep it real, man. Y'all know that boy was getting extorted, man. Y'all know he was getting extorted, man. Let's just be real. The same way they did Tekashi 6ix9ine, they did him, man. And one thing about a gang, we all know, man. If you the breadwinner amongst your circle, you gotta drop them funds, man. They want to see that money on. Oh, they want to see.
Out of Boston that are cranking up lately, the comedians. And
the guys at the sandwich shop?
Yeah. It's my dogs. So they linked up with Mark Wahlberg and
they're funny. I follow them.
Yeah, they're doing what they're doing. And you know, like I had asked one of them, like, yo, tap me in with Mark. And I asked him, and I could tell he was kind of cautious. Obviously, like that's a big
it's a big layup. Yeah,
it's a big layup, but at the same time, it's like I had to look at myself, like, wait, who am I? Who is he presenting to Mark Wahlberg? And I looked at my Instagram and it's like, it's banged out. It's me with 30, 40 people with red flags, this and that. It's like, I make him look bad, even presenting that. You know what I'm saying? I already solidified who I am with what I've done and everything else. The shit, like the N-word and everything else, all it does is hold you back when you get to a certain point. I don't want to be 40 acting like I'm 20. And that's the reality of what a lot of gangs are. It's the same shit in prison. You got a lot of 40-year-old teenagers that are big gang members that don't give a fuck about life, don't give a fuck about your life, and they stay in the same cycle because they can never figure it out. You know what I mean? So like, that's where I'm at now with a lot of that shit. And with a lot of the rappers, the ones that get away from everything are the ones that survive.
And they have longevity.
They have longevity. I mean, even with Thug, bro, like after Thug blew up and all that shit, like they're grabbing him on old shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And even just with shit that's happened in Tampa, people I've known or maybe met once or twice, and they get arrested on some crazy shit. I don't want to be tied into that.
Yeah, like, because you never know with Discovery, like,
yeah,
no, it's a thing where you know you see a lot of guys and you're like, damn, like you see that you'll meet somebody when they first come in the game, and then you meet them like 6 months later or a year later when things, and then you'll see, oh, okay, like Mozzie's a perfect example. Mozzie's my brother, you know, I love Mozzie.
He just shouted me out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
But Mozzie, you know, the first time I interviewed Mozzie, he came to the radio station with 40 people. I got in trouble. It was a lot. But now when you know, Mozzie comes to it, it's just like him and 1, 2, 3 people. He's, you know, I think he understood, like, you know, obviously he had to go sit down recently. But I think he started to understand the last few years, like, oh, I got like a real opportunity here. Like he's already rich, but it's like, you also are great. So it's like, if you want to be great, man, like in the music game, you really gotta be 10 toes in, man. And it's like, maybe back in like 2001, 2003, when like Fat Joe was running around fucking fools up and 50 was doing what 50 was doing. This was prior to the internet.
Yeah.
And this was prior. There was hip hop police back then, but it was a lot harder for them to find shit. I mean, a lot of like the self-snitching shit is so crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy now. And I mean, just like when I pulled up the No Jumper, like I'm here by myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I pulled up the No Jumper, I came with a shitload of people. And then, you know, that turned into, 1090 Jake pulls up with the Bloods from Florida. Yeah, in the moment, I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, with whatever. This is, you know, shit's going viral. But then now I think about it like, what if me pulling up like that prevented the Joe Rogan interview? Or prevented the Theo Vaughn interview? Or prevented because why the fuck would they want all of that coming to where they work? You know? So it's just like
or prevents like certain link ups that you didn't even know are possible.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you know what?
I'm not saying I would have had the Joe Rogan interview, but what if?
Yeah, like, yeah, I fuck with dude, but
I don't know. I don't want to bring that shit, you know?
Right. Not smart,
and it just made me question myself and what I'm putting out and, you know, the image that I want to continue to have. You know, you see a lot of videos of these rappers getting killed with their kids.
Yeah, that one in Dallas was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I saw you covered that, right?
Yeah, that could have been me and my daughter. I got a 7-year-old little girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, I would hope I die because I wouldn't want to survive that and she didn't. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, well, how do I prevent that? Change the image I'm giving. Stop with the fucking, you know, presenting myself in a certain way because that's what people are going to expect when they see me.
Right.
And a lot of people are surprised that I'm mad cool. I always take pictures with people, shake hands, thank yous, all that shit, you know? So it's just like, I'm not trying to give off an image of a lifestyle that I no longer entertain.
Yeah, because the other thing too is you got to understand, like, you know, I feel like once you have a kid, man, things change for sure.
They're supposed to.
And the other thing is you're supposed to change.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're supposed to want to get out the hood. You're supposed to want to never go. Like all this, like, man, you don't even come to the hood. Like, why would I go to the hood? Like,
why are y'all going to the club every weekend celebrating failure?
Yeah, why are we over here popping bottles on fucking, you know, at a nightclub, you know, for $500 a bottle when you can't even fucking pay your rent. You don't even own a fucking house.
Yeah, or you take the homies to a nice restaurant, they don't even know what to order. Like what?
Like what's market price?
How do y'all know the whole McDonald's menu by heart, but you don't even know how you want your steak?
Yeah, I just think, you know,
it's different. Man, when you grow up, bro, you're supposed to mature, right? And the thing is, in the YouTube world, is, oh, well, you were never like that anyway. Oh, well, you pussy. That's why.
But you can't even look at the comments, man.
Who
the comments
gives
are the comments?
Fuck? Nah, you know what I do? I don't look at mine. I go look at Lil Durk's comments. That makes me humble, right? Because you can have all the money in the world, you can be around all the killers, and they still shit on Durk. You know what I mean? If you a female, go look at Kim Kardashian shit. What guy isn't gonna raise their hand like, oh yeah, I wouldn't fuck her? Everyone's gonna fuck her. Everybody thinks she's bad.
For sure.
But you go look at her comments, she's getting dogged. Bitch is still hating.
Yeah, so it's almost like the. Do you also have to?
Yeah, man, we go pause that, man. I think what I basically was trying to, you know what I'm saying, show y'all that 1090J has officially dropped his flag, y'all. It's officially dropped his flag. It's before the whole Larry Hoover incident, you know what I'm saying? Man, that man in hot water, y'all. I'm talking about hot water. Boy, straight hot water, y'all. I ain't lying. And next, I'm finna keep it rolling. Y'all. Like I say, man, I'm finna just break down a few topics today. You know what I'm saying? We finna go over a few things that's in the news, that been on the news lately, been trending. Let me go with y'all. This next clip I'm gonna play is interview from Cleese out of Baton Rouge, TBG, the head honcho. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Basically, he speaking on how YoungBoy with TBG before Fredo Bang and G Money. I ain't never know that. That crazy work though. That crazy work. Yup. Crazy work, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Get this thing to play. There you go.
Unfortunately, you know. But all right, a song not Fredo, I'm bad. G Money drop Industry.
Yeah.
You could break that down, like why he decided to drop that song?
Man, you know, we never did the battle rap thing and rap beef and all that because, you know, at the time, you know, we were still in the streets, for real. So the rap beef and like, you know, down here is different. When they rap beef down here, somebody died.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Kanye and the Drake and the, you know, no disrespect to the dudes like saying they be fake beefing. But I'm saying, you know, down here it's like Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna die. So we wasn't never really into none of that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, a little one just was like, I don't know, but I don't know why, what was the problem, but he just put TBG in like 4 or 5 of his songs. Like, I don't know what the going on. Wasn't nothing going on. We wasn't beefing with him.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? G like, he must just want to rap, bro. You know? Let me rap too. Yeah. You know? So we told G, go on rap then, you know? Yeah, you know, G wrote that 4 minutes.
Damn, the whole song?
You know, no time.
Golly.
4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we were trying to, you know what I'm saying? We made 4 or 5 songs, man. I mean, you want to fight, you got to fight back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. So, like another thing, I seen the picture. It was all y'all together, and YoungBoy was in the picture. Was he ever with TBG? Like, break that down.
I mean, it's a few pictures. I'm pretty sure you saw the one with the TBG hood, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Then.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? You know, YoungBoy definitely was TBG. You heard me? My partner Yates, you heard me? Shout out my childhood friend, you heard me?
Yeah.
Derek. You know what I'm saying? Yates discovered him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Yates had the dude, the kid since he was like 11 or 12. You know what I'm saying? Yates.
All right, y'all. I gotta say something real fast, man. It's safe to say that these motherfuckers fumbled the bag, man. They fumbled the ball, y'all. Y'all had YoungBoy before y'all had ever put y'all hands on Fredo Bang and G Money. Let's all be honest right here. Man, them boys fumbled the bag big time, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all had YoungBoy at first. And you put the bag behind G Money and Fredo before YoungBoy. That crazy work, though, y'all. I never knew that.
Yates, all us TBG. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you might go get an artist and have him, you know what I'm saying? But everything's still TBG, you know?
Yeah.
But Yates had him, you know what I'm saying? For like 2 years before I even met him, you know? Yates was telling me about him, you know? But I just ain't never get to, you know what I'm saying, bump into him. So once we bumped, you heard me? Shit, once we bumped, you know, kid fell in love with me, you know, he round now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we all one.
Mm-hmm.
We was one before he bumped if Yates had him, but I'm just saying. Once he come around me, he, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was, you know?
Yeah. So like, all right, he was around, like, what point that he stopped coming around, like when things went left or something, like why he,
you know, the kid was young, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, the kid was young, bro. You know, so when I get him, you know, when he come around and shit, you know, he come around 4 Fredo and G.
Okay.
So when Fredo and G come, you know what I'm saying, like, nigga went to with them too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he went to feeling like a nigga was with them more. So you know how churn be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like the time I'm gambling with my money, you know, this I'm taking money out of my churn out. Because all this money with this ain't guaranteed to hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gambling. You know what I'm saying? So when you gambling with your money, you know what I'm saying? When you gambling with your money, you ain't gonna want to hit, you know, all that be with all that too much.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You putting thousands of dollars
niggas
on the line.
crying and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gambling with this shit. This shit might don't go past Florida Street.
Mm-hmm.
You heard me? You know what I'm saying? But
that boy Cleese a fool, man. That man said, I'm gambling with my money, man. This shit might not go past Florida Street. I mean, he got a point, though, man. You know what I'm saying? More people don't understand as an independent label. Let's just be honest right here. Majority of people who run independent labels come from the streets, and that money dirty money, and they trying to clean it up. And I understand him what he mean by, man, I'm taking food out my children's mouth to put behind y'all. And at the end of the day, this a gamble. This ain't even no guarantee. It ain't no guarantee I'm gonna get my money back. I'm gonna recuperate my money back from you. So I understand what Big Homie talking about. I ain't lying. I understand what he's talking about. I'm gonna let the clip keep rolling.
at the same time, I'm with you.
Yeah.
So if you telling me I'm putting him before you, like, I couldn't really dig it. It's kid shit to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And see, like a lot of artists don't.
And I'm not gonna never put nobody before nobody because I'm here for the bag.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make sure everybody get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. And like most artists don't understand, man, like they really don't put no money. The CEO really putting all the money. You paying for the studio, you paying for the beats, you paying for this, you paying for the videos, doing all this.
And then let me, by us still being street at the time.
Yeah.
At the time, like I said, you heard me. We wasn't even doing no contracts or none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no paperwork. You know, I ain't on that. I want to see if you're real. You know what I'm saying? See, I was still street. I see I'm business minded now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I was still street then. I'm like, paperwork is like, I'm not gonna know how real you is if I put you in paperwork because you stuck with me anyway.
Okay.
You heard me? Paperwork.
Yeah.
You heard me? I'm gonna see if you real, nigga. We gonna do it like this here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing all this here and you leave, you're fake anyway.
Yeah.
I need you from around me because I'm still in the street. Something happened, you might tell on me.
Mm-hmm.
If you see something happen in front of you, you might tell on me. You know, so you know what I'm saying? It was bigger than just being an artist.
Yeah.
You know, I had to know you were solid too. You know.
I feel you on that. Well, fortunately things,
That's where he went wrong at, y'all. What he just said, excuse me. He just said he ain't had no paperwork. So imagine if he would have had paperwork on YoungBoy then. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine. That's why I say, man, you can't miss the street with business. You can never do that, y'all. Pay attention. This is a lesson learned. Never miss the streets with your business, man. He supposed to have them boys on paperwork. I ain't lying. You would have been, and don't tell how many M's you would have got from YoungBoy, man. For real.
ain't worked out with him with TBG, but it is what it is.
Yeah, what it is, bro.
Yeah. Man, bro, let's talk about Yo-Yo, man. Yoshi.
That's my nephew.
Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So
Free Yoshi, y'all. Free Yoshi, man. If you don't know who Lit Yoshi is, man, go got the one. Type it in on YouTube. Lit Yoshi. They say he got a 15P, but Cleese say he'll be home before then. You know, state time, you don't really do the whole big. You know what I'm saying? He probably do about 10 years come home. But we'll see. That's still a long time, though. I ain't lying.
Yoshi got a 15-piece. Like, he underneath the old law, right? Where he could get parole if we do half?
Yeah, he don't got to do the whole 15.
Oh, okay.
You know, you'll be here in a couple years.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, you'll be here in a couple years. He all right.
Yeah.
He all right.
He holding up good. Well, he in jail in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he holding up beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say, man, there ever been any other artists in Baton Rouge you had could have signed at a point? Or could have had somebody come over?
There's a few artists in Baton Rouge I could have signed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them young niggas be getting at me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They love the structure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you spending everything out the pocket, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a couple more partners that was, the two with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To a certain point, because like it ain't going nowhere. It might don't go nowhere. Everybody ain't with keep spending their money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't knock you. I can't knock nobody for it. Because this hard money we was getting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But see, by me, I've been a federal prison early. You know what I'm saying? This is my third federal prison bid.
Damn.
So I knew one thing. I can't go back.
Yeah.
I got 7 convictions. The last time I come back from federal prison, I knew I couldn't go back. So I know I had to have an out.
Yeah.
So I couldn't stop. So me, I got to gamble. I got to put my churn on the line and everything. You know what I'm saying? There's a chance I might have to leave y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I got to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't be able to get out, I'm going to either die in this shit or die in penitentiary.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody probably ain't felt like that. You know what I'm saying? Some of them dudes, had situations. They got family and shit. So, like, I don't knock no man for they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them just probably had to bag up. Like, they got families, and I respected that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't no love lost. You know what I'm saying? But business is business.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, so how much money you think you put in it? Like,
I couldn't even tell you.
Think about it.
I couldn't even tell you, bro. I ain't no telling, bro. We had, because it ain't just the music.
Yeah.
You heard me? You got to pay bond money.
Oh, yeah.
You got to pay lawyer fees. Them young niggas out their mind.
Mm-hmm.
You got bond money, lawyer fees, commissary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Generate meaning notes with AI that gets your business.
Card note. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple of partners that was helping me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, I never stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never stopped, bro.
Okay.
You hear me? I'll stand up. I knew it was going. I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
If I ain't stop, I got to do what I got to do to get the money.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit, the game tore up now, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it really don't make no sense, bro. 2024, 2025, what? A couple more days away. It really don't make no sense to be in the streets no more, bro. Like, they got so much with this camera, YouTube. Man, they got so much other ways you can make money, bro. Beside the street.
Man, what? I'm out of there.
Yeah.
My new friends, my new friends is the record labels.
Uh-huh.
You heard me? See this motherfucker right here?
Yeah.
This motherfucker here bad, man. This motherfucker right here bad, man. You heard me? I talked to my new friends is A&Rs. You heard me?
Yeah.
Managers, vice presidents. You heard me? Presidents.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about that labels. You heard me? I'm talking about labels. And I ain't talking about 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm juiced up now.
Cause I know Fredo got out his contract with Def Jam.
Yeah, we had got out there. Okay. We had got out there. Shout out to Def Jam doing the right thing. A lot of them don't do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't had their business together. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
They got other labels right now trying to sign them. Like,
oh yeah. We finna lock something in right now. We done locked something in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, we waiting on something to clear now.
Okay.
God is good.
Yeah, you ain't lying on that.
Yeah.
So like, You being from the South, like you ever had a chance like to sign like Lil Fat or Kevin Gates or somebody?
Lil Fat run.
Yeah.
You know, Lil Fat run. Only way I know Lil Fat, you heard me? Rest in peace, my dog Ace, you heard me? Ace got killed with Ivory, you heard me?
Yeah.
Live Ace and Johnson car. Ace got killed with Ivory. Ace used to mess with Fat Mama, you heard me? And we used to go pick up Ace from their house.
Mm-hmm.
Fat was a baby, you heard me?
Yeah.
So where I went to the feds in 2004, 2005, first time I went to federal penitentiary. That was Trio Run. That's the 3 Deep Run. That's when Fat came out.
Yeah.
I never got to meet Fat as a young man, like how he was, you heard me?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So before I come home, Fat was dead.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So the Fat era, I just heard it from the jailhouse, you heard me?
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Gates?
Kevin, like.
The wait is over. BDEG goes live June 13th, available on 20+.
My little partners that come up under me on the street, I'm off. He kin to them.
Okay.
Song or something, you know. We gambling, you know. So they go in there to do the song, but everything in the booth wasn't hooked up right.
Okay.
You know. So they ain't get to do that song that night. But Fredo was steady in that with the computer the whole time they was there. You know. So he had ended up leaving some of their music in the computer, you know. So after they left, they had left because they couldn't get work right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when they left, you know, my partner go in there, the computer. And once he stopped gambling, you know, so he went to playing because I guess that was sitting on there, you know. And he played a couple songs. They had one of them called Rain, you know. Rain, Pain, one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
And it caught me. I'm like, man, who that is? So he like, that's dude and them just left. Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, them little niggas talking like that? Like, yeah, so shit, they come back the next day with Mel to do the song, you heard me? After the iPhone 6 song. Okay. The first song they recorded with us at the studio. You know what I'm saying? They come in there to do that song and hollered at the little niggas like, what's up? You know? They're like, what up? I'm like, yeah, bro, I heard that song that ran. They like, Fredo, like, I don't even like that song. Like, you don't like it. Like, that song like it came from the heart.
Yeah.
You heard me? He's like, yeah, I don't even really like it. That's why I ain't got no video to it. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's happening with y'all? You know, who y'all with this music? Like, we ain't with nobody. Nobody? I said, where y'all get all the fake ass views from? You know, we've been with this. We might get 6,000. Our video might do 6,000 views in 3 years.
Yeah, you right on that.
You heard me? Them niggas had to dive into your shit. Dive in your shit was at 270,000 views. You heard me?
Yeah.
And I don't even think it had been out a year yet. You know, nigga like shit. All them views authentic. So yeah, nobody. Nigga like nah. I had a bankroll on me. You heard me? Pull out the money with them. You know them young niggas.
Yeah.
Pull out about a 30 piece. You heard me? Like, what's up then? What y'all gonna do? Nigga like shit. What we gonna do? Yeah, man. We locked in from there, bro.
Yeah, man. That's a good man. That's like a big part of history, man. G Money, Fredo, and Quick at the time, man. Like that's why I really got on them. Like I ain't knew who they were. My cousins.
Long live Boulevard Quick, man. Long live Boulevard Quick. If he still was alive today, I think he'll be bigger than Fredo Bang, man. Y'all go look up Boulevard Quick, BLVD space QUIK. Boulevard Quick. But I had talent, man. For real.
Showed me like, man, listen to this dude now. I listen to G. I like, man, I kind of like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I really started listening to Fredo when I started listening to G first.
Right.
Yeah, now I started listening to Quick and all that. I like, man, these dudes got something going on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So like, I know G and what's your favorite memory from G? From North?
Got too many of them.
Okay.
Got too many of them.
Okay.
I can't even tell you one. I got too many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
G
was around me every day.
Okay.
Fredo was too. So Fredo went to jail.
Yeah.
Fredo went to jail. Me and G locked in. G was living with me and everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about we got everyday memories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to G, man. Ain't no telling how big he could have been, if he would have been here.
Right.
And shout out to Fredo, because Fredo really kicked the door in for TBG. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, before.
I mean, on the mainstream. You see what I'm saying? Like Fredo put TBG on the mainstream.
Yeah. But before Fredo come home, right, the date, when G got killed, we were supposed to be headed back to the labels Monday to sign a deal.
Okay.
With G, you heard me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, them niggas had to. See, I'm going to tell you, bro, I didn't even know we had that many eyes on us, but when Fredo went to jail for that shooting charge.
Yo, we finna rock that up, man. That's it on that one, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me, man. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Y'all be ready to check out my next video. I appreciate y'all, man.